Happy Friday and welcome back to another edition of the Friday Five. It's a late afternoon, I guess technically early evening version of the show. By the time you're watching, it's probably going to be late evening. And that's because my son Parker played in a showcase tournament today at Villanova University. So I had to find a way to work remotely from the ball field, and I'm playing catch up now. All right, so here we go, jumping in where we always start with number one, mortgage rates. National averages from Mortgage News Daily. VA 30-year fixed currently at 6.42%. FHA 30-year fixed at 6.41%. Conventional 30-year fixed at 6.86%. Conventional 15-year fixed, 6.12%, and then that conventional 7-year ARM, 6.44%. So rates are slightly better than last week, but it was a pretty narrow trading range for mortgage-backed securities this week. We didn't really see all that much movement, but it's nice to be slightly better than we were last week. Number two, the Fed met Tuesday and Wednesday this week, and here's a quick summary of their meeting. First, they decided not to make any changes to the Fed funds rate, which I'm sure if you pay attention to economic news, that was a headline. Second, this is now the fourth meeting in a row without a change. And the projections for the rest of this year are 25 basis point cuts before the end of 2025. But that's definitely dependent on a wait and see, data dependent approach with definitely an eye on inflation, employment, and then a third eye on Trump and his tariff policies and how those impact the economy and inflation kind of specifically. The next meeting is scheduled for July 29th and 30th, so we'll see what they decide to do there based on the economic news leading up to that. Number three, if you own a home and want to buy a new home in this current housing environment, the odds are that you're not going to be able to make that new home purchase contingent or dependent on the sale of your current house. If you want your offer to be competitive, you're going to have to find a way to buy the new house, not contingent on the sale of your current. Well, the conventional mortgage guidelines have a nice little caveat in them that allows you to exclude your existing mortgage payment from that current home that you own if the property is under contract with a buyer and all financing contingencies have been met. So here's how this helps. We have an investor who is willing to offer a guaranteed backup offer to our clients so they can buy their new home prior to selling their current property. It's a great option. The idea isn't really to sell it to that investor. It's just they put this offer in place. It's a backup offer. And hopefully you find a buyer at a higher price than the investor is willing to pay you and you sell it to that other party. But this is a great way to be able to exclude your existing mortgage payment, help you qualify for the new loan. They also have a bridge component to their product too that you can stack them together. All right, number four, have you ever heard of a prepayment penalty on a mortgage? Well, let me break it down to you in 30 seconds. It's a fee that some lenders charge if you pay off your loan too early, like selling your home or refinancing within the first couple years. It was pretty popular, especially back in the early 2000s. But for the most part, it's gone away or is not legal in a lot of states, especially if it's a primary residence that you're purchasing. There are some mortgage products, mostly investment property products, that still have a prepayment penalty. And if you do accept a prepayment penalty, oftentimes the interest rates that you get on those loans are slightly better than what you would get if you had no prepayment penalty. But big picture, for the most part, if you're buying a primary residence, you're not going to have a prepayment penalty because they're mostly illegal at this point. All right, and number five, the quote of the week, and this is from author Roger Thompson. He wrote a book that I love called We Stood Upon Stars. If you love adventure and you have sons, you should check it out. And here's his quote: "We are shaped by what we commit ourselves to. We can look up and be shaped by mountains and sunsets, or we can look down and be shaped by devices and yet another selfie." So I know this is somewhat ironic because you are probably looking at a device if you are listening to what I'm saying right now. But and I appreciate you watching, but I don't want you to miss the wonder around you. Put your phone down, put your devices down along the way. Enjoy the weekend and let it be shaped by mountains and sunsets, not screens. Thanks for watching. If I can help you in any way, please reach out.